channel. I'm Roslyn, and today we're cooking chicken spaghetti. So with chicken spaghetti, you're gonna need a few items, y'all. Of course, you're gonna need some boneless, skinless chicken breast. I don't prefer the name brand, but that's all they had at the stores. You know how it is, y'all. Cream of mushroom, diced tomatoes with green chilies, Velveeta, thin spaghetti, some pepper, seasoning salt. I use fajita seasoning, garlic powder, onion powder, and an onion. Now, you can season your meat however you want to season it with. You do not have to use these seasonings for it, but I just like to just throw a couple of things there, kind of keep it simple and kind of use the stuff that I already have. So that's why I'm using what I'm using. But basically, this is what you're gonna use the seasonings for. You're gonna season the water. Okay, so you're gonna have your water. I prefer it being in a big pot because it kind of, when you mixing everything in there, your chicken and your spaghetti and your cheese, you want to have enough room for it. So that's what we're gonna do. All right, y'all, let's get started. So the first thing I like to do is basically get my meat inside the water, y'all. We just gonna get this inside the boiling water, and then we're gonna cut this onion up. And we probably will use half of the onion for the boiling water, and I may put some more onion in it afterwards. But let's get this started because we need to season that water so you can get a nice little boil going. All right, so you can really eyeball how much chicken you want to put in there. I'm actually going to use 12 ounces of thin spaghetti, and then I guess maybe 6 ounces that I had left over from another spaghetti dinner. So let's see how many. Probably about 4 chicken breasts I'll put in there. So we'll just go ahead and get started putting that in the water. And now that I'm looking at it and I see that I only have 1 chicken breast left in there, I'm just going to put all of it in there. Wash our hands from all of that contamination. Okay, now that we got our hands washed, we are going to season the water. I was going to cut the onion up, but let's get the water seasoned so that we can just go ahead and start getting a nice flavor on that meat. Okay, y'all, now I'm just going to season the water, and I'm going to season it first with a little seasoning salt. So let's get that started. Put a little seasoning salt in it. And you really want to season your water because this is what you do not want your chicken to be bland with this. So a little seasoning salt. I got some fajita seasoning I'm going to put in it. I love fajita seasoning. You can use it for almost anything, y'all. And you kind of want to make it a little salty because with all of the chicken broth you're going to use for your chicken spaghetti. Put some pepper. I don't really know how to measure, so I just look at it and see. We're going to put a little onion powder in it. And you season this water and the chicken, so be generous with it. And you're going to put a little garlic powder. I say the powders because the salts will make it extra salty, and you don't want it to be extra salty. You just want it to be seasoned. Okay, y'all, and while we're waiting for this chicken to come to a boil and cook, we're going to go over here and cut the onion. I just normally put it on like 8, something high, until it like comes to a boil, and then if it starts just boiling a little bit too hot for the pot, I'll cut it down to maybe 6 or 7 or something like that. But we try to get the ball rolling, y'all. We don't want to be in the kitchen all day, and we won't be. So anyway, let's get this onion cut. dice the onions, y'all. I don't like to leave them big. I like to dice them for the chicken spaghetti so you can just kind of get some with every bite. And this is the quick quarantine kind of meal, y'all, because it goes far because it's spaghetti. And basically you have all the things in your pantry already. I mean, the things that it takes for this, the store still has it in stock, so that's a good thing. And we're just gonna go and put this in the water. I'm gonna save this half because I don't think we need all of this onion. All right, and we're just gonna put probably all of this in here, maybe a little bit less. Let's see. And we're just gonna stir all of the seasonings and the onion up in it. Now you can also put bell pepper in here, bell pepper, onion. You know, you can put anything that you really have, you know, in your freezer that you know, some maybe put some colors in it, yellow, red, green bell peppers. But I like to keep it simple. I know I like onion and everything, so this is why I use onion for my chicken spaghetti. Okay, so while we're waiting for that meat to boil, I'm gonna go ahead and cut up some Velveeta. I already got some left over from something else I had made, so we're gonna cut this up first. And really, you can just eyeball how much Velveeta you're gonna need. I say you probably will need half a block of this, so half of this normally. But I normally start with half, and I just kind of see what I need. I just kind of put a little bit in at a time because I don't want to put too much cheese in there. You don't want to just be straight cheese, you know. This, you want to taste all the other flavors. So I normally just cut them into blocks, and it gets stuck because it's Velveeta. But yeah, that's good enough. I just cut them into little blocks like this so it'll be easier to melt. And then I'm just going to put them in this little pan that I'm actually going to put the chicken spaghetti when I'm done. So we'll just put it in here for now while it's waiting. But yeah, we'll just get the rest of this open. I guess since I had some Velveeta already, I'll just kind of cut a little less than half. Okay, and you'll have about that much cheese. It's like, let's just put it on top of each other and see. So you'll have about this much cheese for your chicken spaghetti. I like using Velveeta. I don't like using shredded or whatever. Velveeta works perfectly because it's really creamy. Okay, we're going to go ahead and check on our chicken. I see that the chicken is boiling. And it looks pretty good, but you don't want to take this chicken out until it is falling off. Well, like until you can just put the spoon in it and it's just breaking apart really easily. So we're gonna let that cook for a little bit longer. You know, boil the chicken until the chicken is just falling off of the, I guess there's no bone, but you know, just falling apart basically. I think it's been cooking for about 20 minutes now, so we'll give it another probably 10 or 15 minutes to be falling off the bone, and we'll come check. Okay, y'all, it looks like the chicken may be ready. I was testing it already to see if, you know, once you press down on it, is it basically coming apart? And it is. So we are going to take this chicken out. It needs to look kind of like that, like it's just kind of falling apart. Okay, y'all, what y'all want to do is y'all want to make sure that you have a bowl that's big enough to go under your strainer. I put mine in my sink, put my strainer over it. And then I pour all of my meat, my juice, and my onions, everything that's in this pot, I pour it in my strainer. This chicken broth that it has made, look at that. Doesn't that look so good, so flavorful? Now what you're gonna do now is you're gonna take this chicken broth and you're gonna go put it in the pot. All right, we're gonna pour all of this broth back in the pot that chicken and your seasonings and onion have made. All right, then we're gonna take our spaghetti. I'm gonna take the open one first. And I like my spaghetti to be, I like them in half. I don't like them really long. So you're going to get your spaghetti. I break mine right while I'm in the pot. So you're going to get a lot of flavor from cooking your noodles inside the broth that you were cooking your chicken in. Okay, y'all, while we're waiting on those noodles, we're gonna go ahead and break up our meat. It's really hot, so if you can probably use a fork or whatever in order to get this all shredded. I'm just gonna kind of try to do it fast so it doesn't burn my fingers. All this onion that's kind of at the bottom of the strainer. I don't know if y'all can see that good. Let's see. All that onion, we're just gonna put it on top of the meat. And this onion, it's really cooked down, so that's why it looks like this. But it's so good inside of the chicken spaghetti, y'all. And y'all do not want to miss this part of the flavor. So you can cook it. You know, you can throw it in there when the meat is almost done, or you can throw it in there in the beginning. Okay, y'all, so we're gonna get our bowl ready for the second draining. Put it underneath our strainer again, and let's go check our spaghetti and see if it's done. So you see that broth? Oh my gosh, that looks so good to me. I think the spaghetti is about done. I'm gonna taste it and test it and see if it's al dente or whatever. It tastes good just in the broth, y'all, without anything on it. So I think it's ready to take out. And once I do this, I like to really just put the spaghetti back in the pot. Y'all can see the little seasoning there. But basically we're going to add our chicken and our cheese to it and some other ingredients. But let's bring this back over to the stove. Okay, y'all, we got our spaghetti over here on the stove, and we're going to put the meat inside the spaghetti. So all of this is going. I see some bigger pieces I'm going to break up while I'm putting it in there. All that meat is going in there. And it's plenty of meat, y'all. One cheese fell in there, but that's fine. That's going next anyway. So, okay, we got pretty much all of the chicken is in there. And we'll just put a few of the Velveeta chunks that we had got ready, pre-ready. And really we can just put them all in there because it was like half of one. All right, we have all of that. And I'm gonna get me a spoon and stir that all in. All right, we're gonna put it back on the stove. All right, y'all. We are gonna stir our meat and our cheese in. And you wanna do this kind of quickly because you're gonna have to add on some more ingredients. So I just kind of want to get it mixed around in there. Forcing it, y'all. I'm just forcing it. All right, so we're gonna pour the broth in there. And I'm gonna put about half in there. And that's the broth that we made with the chicken and the onions and seasonings, y'all. So I'm just gonna stir that up just so it won't stick to the pan. We'll probably end up using all of the broth because I like it juicy, y'all. I like it juicy. But before we put the rest of the broth in, we're gonna put the rest of the ingredients in. So we got that mixed up, you know, all right. So we're gonna add some more ingredients to it. We're gonna add our cream of mushroom. And this is your choice. You don't have to have cream of mushroom if you do not enjoy mushrooms. I can't taste it in there, but you know, some people just don't like it. So the cream of mushroom is going in, any brand. And we're gonna stir that in. And I still have the stove on medium. See, it's already getting creamy. I just want to hurry up and mix it in. As y'all can see there, I'm not going to mix everything in I'm not going to mix it all the way together yet because I'm going to add some diced tomatoes to it next. With green chilies, you can add any one you like. And I'm going to start with 1 can of diced tomatoes. Sometimes I put 2 in there just depending on how big the chicken spaghetti ends up being. But this is going to make it real juicy. And I love the smell of those diced tomatoes, y'all. It smells so good. Now I got to get in there, y'all. Y'all see how I'm holding this? It's heavy under there. It is heavy. And you kind of want to cook the noodles, you know, not all the way to its full potential because you have to do all this mixing and make sure that all the flavor is merged together. All right, y'all. Y'all see I'm over here with this shovel. It smells good already. Okay, and you see it's creamy right now. It's still creamy. I don't even know if I want to add any more tomatoes to it yet. But I will add some more of the chicken broth. So we're going to add that. I'm not gonna add it all. Probably just another half of whatever was left in there. And then we're gonna mix that together. Because when that Velveeta cheese melts, you don't want your you don't want your chicken spaghetti to be too thick. You want it to be creamy. So that's why you just kind of add the broth as you go, as the cheese melts. Because you don't want to just be a block of cheese. When you warm this up tomorrow and eat it again, you want it to be, you know, just as creamy as it was when you made it the other day. So, if it lasts that long. Because this is one of my favorite meals. Favorite. I could definitely eat chicken spaghetti every single week. And before I add some tomatoes, the diced tomatoes to it, a second can, I'm going to taste it. Because sometimes adding that diced tomato to it makes it a little spicy. And I don't want it too spicy. I want it to be, you know, just enough spice. So I'm going to try it. Y'all, that is so good. Okay, y'all, the chicken spaghetti is ready. So we're going to pour it in our throwaway pan. This chicken spaghetti is so creamy. It's full of meat. It's so flavorful. And y'all, this is something you can take to like a cookout. You can take to, what's the work things called? Like a potluck or something. Or you can just make for your family really quick, really cheap, really fast, every week. And they're gonna love it. Get some garlic bread with this. Some people put cheese on top of it. I like doing that with regular spaghetti, but I do not like doing that with chicken spaghetti because there's so much flavor in it already. And y'all will be good to go. Alright, y'all. I showed you how I make my chicken spaghetti. We are going to enjoy this tonight. We're going to eat it. It's going to be so good. It's so affordable. And, I mean, it's my favorite food, y'all. Chicken spaghetti is my favorite food, so I'm so happy to make it today. I've been waiting to make it for y'all so I could eat it. Anyway, y'all, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. We're trying to become a family in this quarantine. You know, we need to stick together. So if you like this video, make sure you go ahead and do a thumbs up. And also press that notification bell. Once you subscribe, press the notification bell so you know every time I'm making a video. You know, YouTube need to know who we are. And they can't know who we are unless y'all join the family and start liking the videos. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much for watching. I'll talk to y'all.